So, hey guys, Magnus here bringing you another video. This is going to be a long one because we're going through all the things they should have added in this year's Halloween, this year's Treehouse a Horror episode. So, I'm going to be doing all the stories. Now, I know that they only included one story, and of course they gave us Xylem and also a little plant pot thing, which technically didn't actually appear in the episode. They just kind of combined it from multiple different things that appeared in the episode, which is fine. I'm okay with that. So I will go through that skit, but then there was like, I say skit, they're not really skits, but there's always three stories, but there was also an opening. So I'll be going through the opening and the three stories and what they could have added from each of them. And I've kind of split them off from each one. So I've done the opening, the first one, which is of course the one that we got with Xylem and the tree people. The second one is the whole thing with Lisa goes a bit crazy, and the third one is the Jurassic Park spoof. That's what I'll call it. And I've gone through all of them because I think that especially the Jurassic Park one, there's some potential for an event. I think the Jurassic Park one has really good potential for a really good mini event, or an even better. It'd make an awesome mini event, but I guess some people are saying it would be a good major event. I feel like there's a little too there's not enough there for a major event, but I guess they could always stretch it and make it work. But I don't know. I think it could make a cool mini event. So let's go through it. So first of all, the opening. So we have, of course, we'll talk about Cthulhu. This is the main one. Now Cthulhu's kind of in the game already, sort of is like on the tower. He's attached to it, and that's meant to be Cthulhu. But it would be cool to get a Cthulhu character, just him, like a large, like maybe sort of the size of Nessie. So he's a little bit toned down, but he just kind of walks along. That would be kind of cool. And then I guess these are his minions. So you have this guy here, we have this one here, and then we have the shark head one here. I think they're his minions, so those guys as well. Also, there's a crowd of people here. They could do something with that. We have the seagulls that are kind of like, I don't know. They did something funny with the seagulls where they were just saying funny shit. And then we also have this I don't know what you call them, fisherman. This cursed fisherman or something, and he's like warning the Simpsons about Cthulhu and all that. So there's him as well. And then buildings, we have the oyster eating contest building. I'm just going to call that. So it's outside this building. We don't really have a proper name for this building, but that's there. We have Fogbury Port. That's where, of course, it all takes place. So they could give us the lighthouse maybe, or they could give us like a closed off version of this town. I would be cool with that. And of course inside there is the cemetery as well, and at least I think this is the cemetery in Fogbury Port. That's what I gathered from it anyway. So they could give us that as well. And then there's a few things. Now, of course, they always have the gravestone gag. I didn't get a picture of all of them, but I got the ones that I kind of made me laugh. The Toys R Us one made me laugh, so I thought I'd get that one. Watermelon Oreos as well there with the guy crying. And then there was this little skit with beloved wife, beloved secret wife, and it was beloved boat. I think that was pretty funny, so that could make a cool decoration. And also there's these two guys here, but they don't really matter. This is the merry-go-round and the little diver there that Cthulhu kind of throws up. That would be kind of cool, a funny little decoration to get. We have the eating contest table, really bland decoration, but I thought I'd throw it in there as well. And then we have Cthulhu stew, if you will. Cthulhu all cooked up, where they of course eat him. So that's a potential as well. And in a way, this opening was, it was his own little skit as well. So or his own little story. So it was just shorter. So yeah, that's that. So that's the first one. So let's go to the first official one, which of course was the main one that we got. So this is the kind of where my video kind of is main going through. So we'll do characters, NPCs, and costumes first. So majority of these, I think all of these are characters bar the Otto costume. So we have Herb Tannenbaum, which is basically this Christmas tree. This would be so perfect for a Christmas thing, because they could tie it back to this episode. If they gave us this character at Christmas, they could tie it back to this episode, which would be cool. We have Phylum, I think, Phylum or Phylum or whatever the heck that is. That's the one that we got in the text icon when it was talking to Xylem in the Xylem's quest line. So of course I kind of knew. I think it's a she. I think be cool to get him or her, wherever it is. I don't know. I can't tell the gender. We have the Green Giant and the Little Giant here, which was just kind of in like sort of Lisa's vision, as well as Lucy from Disenchantment, from the new Matt Groening show. So 2 things there that they could add. Obviously for copyright reasons, I'm not sure if they can add either of these. I don't know about Lucy. They might be able to, because obviously the show's new. That would be cool actually, Disenchantment tie-in maybe. Maybe I'll do a video on that. And then we have these tree scientists, or whatever you want to call them. I forget the species name. But yeah, these scientist guys, they didn't really do much. And then we have this costume for Otto. Now there was a few other things, but for the most part, they looked pretty normal. They were just pale. Most of the characters, when they were infested with this, most of them were just pale. So, but Otto kind of stood out for me because he looks like he's got a big pot. He looks like he literally is a pothead. So yeah, I think that could be funny. We have the crowd, we have Steve Mobs, and we have the Steve Mobs lookalike, if you will. And they literally say that Steve Mobs is dead, but here's the lookalike. And I kind of want Steve Mobs, because I think they can get away with that, because it is technically a parody character, so it's not actual Steve Jobs, so they can get away with that. And plus Steve Jobs is dead, so... And they seem to like adding dead celebrities. Actually, no, but I say that, Stephen Hawking died after they added him, so... It's not entirely true. So yeah, and then we have decorations. So we have these little, I guess, mountains where they're releasing all the spores, and then you have all these all these other little kind of background things that they could probably add. This is like, I use this for the plants, for example. All these little plants, they could probably make something interesting with that. And then of course we have the Futurama ship getting blown up by. I think this is from Star Trek. I generally don't know, but yeah, that was kind of funny. I guess they could throw that in, but I don't think they will. And then buildings, we have the Smurf house here. Again, don't think they're gonna add it, but who cares? I'll throw it in anyway. Springfield Hardware was in the background. I thought I'd just throw that in there, so there's something else. But the main thing that I think they could have added is I guess I'm trying to think of a name for this. I guess the new Springfield or something, or I don't know. But basically, the plant people, of course, bring Springfield to their planet. So I kind of would like a condensed version. So we get the little Aztec Theater, we get this, and we just kind of get this little thing here with these guys inside of it. And they wouldn't have to throw the characters, just these dudes inside here. And then just kind of give us this like little closed off caption version of it. That would have been kind of cool as something extra for so we actually have a building from this episode time. But really there isn't too much buildings in this one. But this is the main one that we're talking about here, of course, because this is what our episode time was based around, this story. But let's go to the next one. So first of all, the first one we have is this one where Lisa kind of goes a bit mental. So I think maybe they could give us one of these, and she kind of wears multiple different costumes. I haven't got a screenshot of all of them. For copyright reasons, I don't really want to, just in case. So, but she has all these different costumes. I think they could give us just one. Maybe this was her first one, I think. So maybe just give us one, and then all of her tasks will allow her to wear a different one. That would be kind of cool. But for overall, I mean, I'm not too bothered about that. And then again, I threw in the pajama boys, the boys in their pajamas. I guess they could give us a pajama costume. I wouldn't exactly be too thrilled about that either. But the one costume I would be really happy for is, of course, Newspaper Millhouse. I think this would be awesome. This would be such a cool costume. So yeah, that's the one takeaway from this page that I would really want, is the Newspaper Millhouse. The others I'm not that bothered about. And then decorations, we have this kind of big pit where Bart falls into it, and Lisa is going to drop this claw of rubbish onto him. We have the burning boys. It's like these wooden versions of the three boys on fire. We have the used magnets thing, and we have the newspaper bundle thing, which of course Millhouse goes into. So yeah, a couple decorations there they could definitely do, but for the most part, that's the end of that skit. There isn't really much they can add from that one, which is fair enough. I keep calling them skits. I forget. I shouldn't call them skits. I should call them stories, but whatever. And then this is my favourite one. This is the one I wish they did an episode tying on, and not the Xylem one. The Xylem one was okay, but and I okay, just ignore that. The Xylem one was okay, and this one I think was kind of the worst. This one with Lisa, but this one I think was the best. So let's go through this. So first of all, I think with all the dinosaurs, what they should do is just give us the elderly people, and give us these kind of jumpers as the kind of main costume. and then have the dinosaur stuff be an animation. I think that would be kind of cool. Because I wouldn't be exactly happy with big ass dinosaurs walking around, and I know for a fact that if they don't give us these little red costume things, they'll add these as characters. So what I would prefer is they give us all the I haven't got a picture of all of them, but like give us Abe, give us Mole Man, give us Marge's mom, all of that. Give us them in just these normal red shirts, and it's not that exciting like the Stonecutters. It's not that exciting, but the animations is where it gets cool. So we have Jasper here. I think this is Jasper. We have Marge's mom. I forget who this one is, to be honest with you. I forget who these guys are. I don't really know who these guys are. But this is Mole Man. He turns into like a tiny little dinosaur. Even though Mole Man's like 36. So I don't know what he was doing there. It should have been Mole Man's dad, not Mole Man. Mole Man's dad is still alive, right? We have kind of this Mr. Burns in his kind of Jurassic Park outfit. That could be cool. This random old guy, I just kind of threw that in there. Doesn't really matter though. And then more dinosaurs here. We have Alice Glick. We would also need Alice Glick finally in the game. We have Who is this? I'm trying to think who this is. Forgot who this one is, but there's another one here. This is the old Jewish man. He of course comes at the thing, and we have Skinner's mother here, Agnes Skinner, is the pterodactyl, Pteranodon, or whatever. We have another one here. I don't really know who this is, to be honest. We have four here as the raptors. Those guys there. And we have the scientists who basically beat the shit out of Frank. I don't know, they could give us those guys too. And then the main one that I think everyone wants is Grandpa, is the T-Rex. That's just awesome. Really, really cool. Definitely would be awesome. So just give us him as the little... I think that would work though, if they just gave us the little red thing. So then with the animation, we can have all these dinosaurs. It'd be really, really cool. And it doesn't clunk up your Springfield with a bunch of dinosaurs walking around. Like they'll only be there when you actually activate it with the tasks. Anyway, buildings. Of course, we have Jurassic Park. We have Geriatric Park, which is where it, of course, happens. So this is the gates anyway. And then we have Jurassic Park as a little gag they have. And then this is Geriatric Park. This is actually what it looks like. So they could kind of split it off a little bit. They could kind of give us the dome thing, and then then maybe the fountain, not the fountain, waterfall, whatever. They could split it off a little bit. This is what it looks like, of course, big dome thing. And then we have all the little spoof things, which I don't think they'll add, but I may as well throw it in. So we have Jurassic World 2, we have Jurassic World 2, we have Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic Park 2, the little gags they did at the start of the episode. So, and of course, Jurassic World 2 has been rebuilt, and that's Jurassic Park. So, yeah, and then we have some decorations. We have the Geriatric Park truck, we have the Geriatric Park helicopter, we have the model that Mr. Burns looks at, which they could probably start the event with if they were to do like a major event. They could probably do that. We have the Don't Bother Knocking If a Van's a Rockin' van, with this little stairwell that Jasper was pulling these old ladies along with. And we have the ball dispenser, if you will, with of course the balls from a parody of Jurassic World. And then finally we have these bins, which I thought were kind of funny. Trash recyclables heads. And then maybe also a little Geriatric Park work uniform for Willy. That's a little costume there too. So that's it for all the different things. Loads of stuff here in this one. This is jam-packed. I don't think I've done one of these videos on Halloween before, so this is kind of new. I don't think I have anyway. I was just going to do it on the skip, but I figured I may as well just do the whole episode. So yeah, tell me your thoughts. I definitely think the Geriatric Park thing would have been a much better tie-in. But you tell me, guys. You tell me. What do you think? Do you think the Geriatric Park wouldn't have been a great one? Do you think the stuff with Xylem was pretty cool? I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.